We're back up on YouTube as well, guys. Anybody wants to go back across, we're live over there again. But penalty. Ding, 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 ding. Here we go. Messi to put Argentina ahead. Just waiting on the referee here. And I think, a lot of these penalties are being delayed an awful lot. And Martinez in the goal on the far end can't watch. Here we go. Whistle blows. Messi to put Argentina into the lead. Oh, what a penalty. Top corner. You cannot get more top corner than that. He absolutely buries it. You could put 3 keepers in the goal and they wouldn't save it. What a penalty. And Argentina are 1-0 up here. And it's game on in what's been a very poor half so far. Argentina get a deserved penalty, you'd have to say. They do get a deserved penalty. But Jesus Christ, talk about how to finish one. Messi shows the way. Left foot, goes to the keeper's left and absolutely buries it. No saving that. Height, power, accuracy. 1-0. This is Argentina's third pen on the World Cup, says Ricky. Well, look, that was definitely a penalty. I don't know what, if there's these kind of conspiracies and all that in relation to Argentina, but that was a penalty. Absolutely. Kane, learn from that, says Ricky. Well, that's certainly true. Look, I'm going to take nothing away from Kane. He did score a really good one before I don't think the second one has landed yet. But so yeah, it's 1-0 to Argentina. And you would probably say it's slightly against the run of play. Slightly against the run of play due to the fact that Croatia had, the lion's share of possession in the first half, Derpy 501 says Messi. Absolutely. Messi does the business. Alex says Croatia comeback. Here we go. Well, look, Croatia have probably been the better team in this first half, so they're not going to go away too easily, but we've got a game on our hands. Smash the like button, guys, if you haven't done so already. Helps the channel out, as you all know. And hit the follow and subscribe button as well if you're new. Really appreciate it. Mr. Magic says, lucky Argies. Yes, you would have to say there's a bit of luck in it there. There certainly is. They didn't create an awful lot. Back in action, Dale. We certainly are, my friend. I don't know what it is. I think it's the streaming software that I use, OBS. Streamlabs, OBS. Sometimes it just needs to be rebooted in mid-stream. So, I literally just shut down the whole laptop, started again, and now we're absolutely perfect. So, it's strange. Carol says, have to talk about Modric though. He's still quality, 37 years of age. Yeah, absolutely. He's absolute quality. To think, after a few months of signing for Real Madrid, Spanish news or Spanish media were writing that he's the worst signing in Real Madrid's history. One of the worst. I think they done a top 100 worst signings in Real Madrid history, and he was number 1 or number 2, I think, which is crazy now when you think back on it. What he's won and how well what a great servant he's been for Real Madrid. But again, Saucing out across in the box. But again, Croatia are dictating this game. A lot of good possession from him, and they're pinning Argentina back. Croatia are the better team, but they find themselves one down. That's mad. Whoever wrote that article should be shot. I know. Now, he did have a tough time in his first season there. But in hindsight now, we can look back on it and say, Jesus Christ, how bad was that? Cottle says, do you think Messi would be in for player of the tournament? I have a tenner on him at 9-1. Maybe so. If they go on and win it, he'll certainly be in the reckoning for it. You could say Argentina they're looking a few games, says Ricky. Yeah, they did. But it's a corner now to Croatia. And again, that's their second corner. They've gone short with it. And it's a terrible waste. And now they're going to get caught in the break here. It's Alvarez, and they've got 3-on-2. If he can get his head up. He can't get his head up. Oh, he's still going. It's 2-0. How did he go all the way? Oh my God. And against the run of play. What is going on here? Argentina are 2 up. What an unbelievable run. There is so much luck in this run. This run is from his own half. And he goes all the way. He gets such a slice of luck. His final touch is a little bit too heavy. And I'm not sure what Croatian defender gets a toe in, and the keeper comes out and it bobbles, but it comes to him again somehow, and he just has a strike on goal on the 6-yard box and buries it. And it's 2-0 to Argentina against the run of play. Unbelievable, Jeff. So the counter-attack, he gets the ball 10 yards inside his own half. And he has players off on both sides. You'd say, surely you're going to pass it. And there's two clearance attempts. And both of them come back to him. And are ricocheted off him and come back to him again. Oh, that's so lucky. And the Argentinians are riding their luck big time here. Big time. 2-0 to Argentina. Unbelievable. What a mess. Croatia's defence just they couldn't get their feet right, and they couldn't sort themselves out, and you feel sorry for Croatia here, you really would. They really don't deserve to be 2 goals down. They've been by far the better team in this first half. And that's why we love the game, isn't it? Sunday League defender, says Michael. Yeah. Absolutely. And less than 5 minutes of normal time to play. They are going to be absolutely ecstatic going in here at half time with 2-0. Patrick says Croatia's defence was very messy. Yeah. Evan asked, what's the score? It's 2-0, Evan, to Argentina. And they come again with Fernandez down the left-hand side. Oh, strike from DePaul, and it takes a deflection and goes for a corner, and he's looking for a penalty. He's saying it's a handball. Now, it looked like Vardial had his hands down. Let's have a look here. He did move his hands at the last minute. Let's have a look. His hands are down. That's not going to be a penalty. I'd be very surprised. His hands are by his side and behind his back. I'd be very surprised. And his hands weren't away from his body at all. Croatia rattled, says Michael. Yeah, and on the flip side of that, Argentina have their tails up now, you know. Corner now to Argentina to be swung in. Oh, header! Oh, what a save! What a save! That is a world-class save, and it's fucking Alvarez again. Header on the edge of the 6-yard box, and the keeper just blind instinct gets his hand out, and it nearly deflects off his own defender, and goes into the net, but it just creeps wide for another corner. Jesus, they're living dangerously here, so they are. They're living on the edge here. Croatia are, and they want to be careful, or Argentina will be out of sight before half-time here if they get another one. If Argentina can get another one before half-time, I can't see Croatia coming back. I really can't. Corner now to Argentina. It's going to be Messi to swing it in. In-swinger. Oh, jeez, and he fucking nearly scored directly from the corner, and the Croatian goalkeeper had to punch it clear. Ben is in. Good to see you, pal. Thanks for joining us again, Ben. Smash a like on the video, guys. Anybody watching on YouTube, if you haven't done so already, 25 in watching, only 3 likes. Take a second, hit that thumbs up button for me. Helps the channel out an awful lot. And if you're new to the channel, please do hit the subscribe button as well. All of the watch-alongs, daily Manchester United and World Cup watch-alongs and content. So hit the subscribe button. Really do appreciate it. But I mean, Argentina are going to just say, how are we 2 goals up here at half-time? And equally so, Croatia are going to say to themselves, how in the name of God are we 2 goals down here? I mean, just completely against the run of play. Croatia have, I won't say dominated the first half, but by God, they've been the better team. And Argentina, you know, get their penalty and then a freak breakaway with a massive slice of luck. They find themselves 2 goals up. You know, it's crazy. And the game is after bursting into life, you know, so, which in a way you would be happy about, because you want, you know, it was very cagey for the opening, you know, maybe, I would say nearly half an hour or so. So the fact now that Argentina have scored, Croatia are going to have to step out in the second half. They really are. They're going to have to step out, have a go at it, and hopefully it'll make for a good second half as well. But just closing in on the 45-minute mark here now. And but again, look, we've seen since the Argentinian second goal, Croatia are dominating possession. They look like the more dangerous team, creating chances, all of that kind of stuff. But here they come now. Here's Modric on the edge of the box with a strike, and it's blocked. But he keeps it, gets it wide, cross into the box. Oh, goal kick. Oh, so great save out of Martinez in the goal at the near post. And the follow-up, he would have been offside anyway, but he followed it up and he hit the side net. Now, the angle is like that. You know what I mean? So it would have been a very, very difficult... Oh, and Otamendi gets it right in the moneymaker. The second half is after bursting into life. Party Pooper is in. Good to see you, pal. Timer is broken. Let me get that set up here, pal. We're just rolling. I'll get it set up for the second half, but we're just rolling up on half time. It's going to be 4 minutes of added time, guys. What are we, about just under 30 seconds in. Kofi, thanks for the follow. Really appreciate it. Great to see so many people in on YouTube as well, guys. Feel free to hit the like button and the subscribe button if you like the content we do. We're doing World Cup watch-alongs, but our main focus is Manchester United. But yeah, we do all of the watch-alongs, daily content, so feel free to hit the subscribe button. Like I said, it helps the channel out an awful lot. We're on the road to 2,000 subscribers on YouTube as well, so if you feel like hitting that subscribe button, bottom right-hand corner, helps the channel out an awful lot. I really do appreciate it. But again, Croatia come here again, and they're looking like the more composed team. They're looking... They have probably the majority of possession. They're creating more. And, you know, Argentina are working off of counter-attacks. And look, I mean, it certainly worked so far. Certainly for their second goal. And they've got their tails up. You'd have to say they're defending in numbers and just getting men behind the ball. Party Pooper says, who would you like to see win out of the last 4? When Barca, or when, obviously anyone who's watching the content knows I was supporting Brazil. But since they went out, look, I would like to see Messi lifted. I really would. You know, and it'd be great to see, you know, and I would have liked to see Ronaldo lifted as well. You know, if Portugal had gone all the way, it would have been great to see one of them lifted. You know, and we've had the debate before on who I think is better, and I think Messi takes it for me, but it doesn't mean I dislike the other. It doesn't mean I dislike Ronaldo either. They're both fantastic footballers. Ronaldo is kind of in my bad books a little bit at the moment due to what went on with the Piers Morgan interview and all of that nonsense, but you can't take away how good of a player he is. Here's Perisic now, cross. Very poor cross. Goes for a goal kick. 71 are watching on YouTube, says Alex. Yeah, it's great to see so many people in, guys. All of a sudden, we went from 4 people to 200, which is great. So, I appreciate everyone who's tuning in, guys. Please do hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel. Helps us out an awful lot. And as well, anybody watching on TikTok, if you do want to switch to the YouTube channel, we've got the full experience over there. We've got the scoreboard, the timer, all of that good stuff on the screen. Link is on the homepage, or just search United Community Channel. Party Pooper says, would be great for Morocco to win it. What a story that would be. It would be brilliant, wouldn't it? It really would. And we were saying before the game kicked off that wouldn't it be great to have a Croatia-Morocco final, because out of the 4 that are left, obviously the 2 big names are obviously the 2 big names are France and Argentina, so you would expect that to be the final, but just for a change, it would be great to have the lower, I suppose, the less known teams. Messi, just unbelievable bit of skill there, and does really well to run down the clock. Gets the ball down in the corner, has 2 players on him, drops a couple of shoulders, wins a free kick. And that's half time. That's half time, guys. So yeah, I mean, what can we say about this? About the first half? Quite a boring first maybe half an hour, and all of a sudden Argentina got a penalty, and the game just burst into life. Just completely burst into life. Croatia have been the better team by far, but in fairness to Argentina, they've been defending very, very well. And they've been hitting on the counter-attack. And especially with that second goal, Alvarez making that run from 10 or 15 yards inside his own half and just going all the way. 2 massive slices of luck. Croatian defenders, 2 different defenders, actually got a toe on the ball to clear it, but it hit off of Alvarez's leg, and he kept going and kept going and kept going. Before he knew it, he found himself on the edge of the 6-yard box, and bang, it was 2-0. So a big slice of luck. But I think we have the makings of a good second half, because now that Croatia are 2-0 down, obviously they've been the better team. They've had the majority of possession. And they're going to have to step out a little bit more, even more in this second half. And obviously, Argentina are defending quite well. So I think it has the makings of a good second half. It really does. Let's see what people are saying here. Martinez and Varane in a World Cup final, says Michael. Yeah, absolutely. What's the score? It's 2-0 to Argentina. Project says, rigged. Argentina has had a penalty most of their games. Yeah, I know, but if you look at that penalty, it's a penalty. You know what I mean? I understand where this narrative is coming from, where Argentina have had, more penalties than anyone else in any other team in the tournament. Someone had to have had the more penalties, And the chances are, if you have the more penalties, you're going to win the more games because you score the more goals and you're going to get further in the competition. So, look, I mean, whatever about the previous penalties, but that one tonight was a penalty, So, I don't know if this narrative in the background of, FIFA wanting Messi to win the World Cup is true. If it is, we will never know. But yeah, I mean, look, that was definitely a penalty. And the second goal, there's nothing you can do about it. You know what I mean? So, and look, I understand, what happened in, what game was it that they were playing when there was a handball for the opposition team, and then he got a yellow card for it, blatant handball, and then Messi done the same thing. What was it, 15 or 20 minutes later, and the ref doesn't give him a yellow card. So, that could just be a one-off. You just don't know. You really don't. But yeah. Messi is feeling it, says Derpy. He certainly is. He's having a good game. Alex says Croatia will do a Netherlands on it, except Croatia don't lose on pens. Well, look, I would be okay with that, because that game was probably the most exciting one in terms of, the comebacks and things like that. So I'm all for it. Obviously I'd like to see Messi win the World Cup, but I don't have any true allegiances to any team, obviously, because my country is not in it. So, if you're telling me it's going to be 2-2 at the end of this game with extra time and penalties, I'll take that. No problem. No problem. Half-time meanies, half-time potatoes. I don't have anything. I actually don't have anything at the moment. So, yeah, we're going to have to save it for the World Cup final, I think. The half-time potatoes and the half-time sweets. I just don't have anything. I have chewing gums, but it's hard to eat chewing gums when you're talking to stream. I've got a can of Club Lemon, which I'm quite enjoying. But yeah, let me know in the chat, guys, who's winning this one. Let's run a poll here. We'll start a poll on YouTube. Who's going to win? Argentina or Croatia? And look, there's some people saying, Argentina could come back here. You don't know, but the poll is up and it's live on YouTube. Get your votes in. I mean, look, Croatia are still in this game. I'm not going to write Croatia out here, out of this at all, because I think they've been the better team in the first half. They've had the majority of possession. They've created the better chances, and somehow they're 2-0 down. So I'm not going to write them off at all here in this second half, and I have a feeling we could have a good second half to come. If Croatia can step out and get an early goal in the first half. We seen what happened with Argentina and Netherlands, and Argentina basically shot the bed when they conceded. They were 2-0 up, conceded the first one, and then they just went, and absolutely, cacked it. So if Croatia can come out in the second half here, get an early goal, and potentially put the pressure on, who knows what's going to happen. But I'm all for it. Dean says Argentina and Morocco final. Morocco win then on pens after a 0-0 full-time score. There you go. Croatia better defensively, but Argentina better offensively. Yeah, I think Argentina have been defending quite well, though, and that's why I think that's one of the big reasons why they haven't scored. Adam is in, says Messi. That's it. That's all you have to say, isn't it? That is all you have to say. It's great to see so many people in on YouTube as well, guys. The numbers are after exploding tonight for some reason. I don't know why, but we've had nearly 3,000 people watching so far in total, which is great to see. If you're new to the channel, I do appreciate it if you hit the subscribe button. It helps the channel out a ton. Bottom right hand corner of the screen. As you know, it helps the channel out an awful lot. We're on the road to 2,000 subscribers. Daily Manchester United content. All of the World Cup watch-alongs, Manchester United watch-alongs. We've started back yesterday with our transfer talk show as well, because we're getting close to the start of the January transfer window. So we were on for about an hour last night, discussed a lot of things, and I really enjoyed it. So looking forward to getting back into the transfer talk shows as well over January. December and January. So make sure you're hitting that subscribe button. Let's see how the poll is doing. Yeah, 82% think Argentina. 18% are still saying Croatia. When's the next Premier League game, says Luke? So the next Premier League game is on Stevens' Day. Sorry, if you're from Ireland, it's called Stevens' Day. If you're from the UK, it's called Boxing Day. It's basically the day after Christmas Day. But Manchester United are not playing that day. We're playing the day after on the Tuesday. So, I can't wait for that. But we do have a game next Tuesday, I think. Manchester United have a game next Tuesday or Wednesday. I think it's Burnley, isn't it? Let's have a look here. Let's have a look. Yeah, we're playing next Wednesday, so a week from tomorrow. Manchester United have their first competitive game back. Home game against Burnley in the Carabao Cup. The old big noggin Vincent Kompany comes to Old Trafford with his Burnley side. So I'm really looking forward to that. Look, and as great as the World Cup watch-alongs have been, I'm looking forward to getting back to, because I don't really have a team that I fully support in the World Cup, it's going to be great to getting back to Manchester United games where I can really start shouting and roaring again. So looking forward to that. Luke says, surely not enough time for lads to rest from World Cup and that. Yeah, so how it's going to work in relation to players coming back. So we have Varane and Martinez who are... So you take Martinez, for example. It looks like he's going to be playing in the World Cup final, or at least he's going to be part of the squad for the World Cup final. And you would probably expect Raphael Varane to be in the same boat if they can beat Morocco tomorrow night. They will get a week off as well after the World Cup to rest. And basically what that means is been stated today that sort of they're not going to be available for the first league game against Nottingham Forest. Hold your breath. It's going to be Harry Maguire is in contention for the start. Obviously, you know, reports have suggested that today. And look, it's understandable. You know what I mean? You can't expect the likes of Varane and Martinez to come back from potentially playing in a World Cup final to, you know, instantly go back into Premier League games. You know, they are going to need a rest. They really are. Now, luckily enough, I don't want to jinx us or anything, but luckily enough, we are playing one of the bottom teams in the league in terms of Nottingham Forest. You know, so maybe it is a good time to give the likes of Varane and Martinez a rest because of the prolonged World Cup that they've played in. You know, now if you look at it though, I don't think Martinez isn't playing tonight. He's been kind of, he's started a couple, come on in a couple, so he hasn't played a full round of fixtures. Varane, on the other hand, has basically played every game for France, you know, so he is probably going to need a rest more so than the likes of Martinez, but they will be getting a week off from whenever they, if somehow Croatia win this game tonight and Argentina go home, Martinez will get a week off from tonight or tomorrow, whatever it is, so he could potentially be back in contention then for the first league game. But I mean, let's not beat around the bush either. I basically, from the start of the World Cup, have hoped that every Manchester United player gets knocked out as quickly as possible. And I think any club fan that's country is not in the World Cup would tell you the same thing. They want their players getting back without too many games, without any injuries, you know, and all of that good stuff. So I think, you know, but again, we've had the majority of people back.
Mommy's getting closer to €20.
YouTube's after exploding. There's like 3,500 already been watching. Are you going to bed? You have to knock on that a little bit. No, you're alright. I see you in the morning. Night. Blow kiss. Ah. No. Do you want to come in and say goodnight to everybody? Come on. Come in and say goodnight to everybody. Woo! Now, there you are there, look. Oh, you're disappearing with your green pyjamas on. Say goodnight to everybody. Good night, everybody. Oh, God bless you. Where's the second one? The second one didn't come at all. Right, say goodnight to everybody. Blow him a kiss. Mwah. Good girl. See you in the morning. Now take her to so she's heavy. Now.
Hi, Daddy. Love you.
See you in the morning. Party says, what do you think of the friendlies this week or last week? Here, babe. Go on, miss. Out. Go on. Go on. Out you go. The dog's name is Messi for anybody new watching the channel as well.
Messi,
go on, Mess. Go on, good boy. Yeah, I mean, the friendlies United have played in have been... They've been routine, really, more than anything else, haven't they? I mean, you know, United had United didn't have the greatest of results in them. Obviously, they lost both of them. But I think, obviously, when you're talking about pre-season, and we said it even before the start of the season with Manchester United, that results are not overly important. Obviously, you want to win every game, but results in these kind of pre-season games are not overly important. It's all about getting your sharpness back, getting your fitness back, getting your touch back, and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, look, let's just hope we're ready. I don't know. The manager will know more. I'm sure he'll be putting them. I do think that United are potentially going to have some games in behind closed doors before the start of the season. I couldn't imagine them starting back into competitive football with just them 2 games in Spain. We're surely going to have some behind closed doors games, I would say, before the start. But look, I mean, let's see what happens. But yeah. So 91% of people think Argentina are going through. Only 9% reckon Croatia are going to turn it around. So yeah. Great to see so many people in as well, guys. If you're new, like I said, please do hit the follow or subscribe button. Helps the channel out an awful lot. Daily Manchester United and World Cup content. Ben says, I'm sure we'll be ready to rock and roll. Absolutely. I hope so. I really do. But teams are out, guys, getting ready for the second half here. And looking forward to the second half now. We'll get the timer up and running as well here on YouTube. And Croatia are making 2 changes, I think. Is it? Yeah. Sosa and Pasalic. And Orsic and Vlasic are on. Jeez, there's a lot of sitches, isn't there? But yeah, they're the 2 changes. Argentina remain the same. We'll get the timer up and running now once the whistle blows as well, guys. Messi is feeling his hamstring or his groin. He's got his hand in there, rubbing it. I won't show you what he's doing because I don't think anyone would ever watch again. But we're up and running. And Croatia make the changes. Manager doesn't waste any time and gets it done. Any English fans in the chat, you know the opposite of that with Gareth Southgate, and the fact that he's afraid of his life to make any changes. But I do think Argentina are going to have to improve. It sounds weird saying this, but it does seem like Argentina are going to need to improve in this second half if they're going to comfortably win this game. Because Croatia were a better team in the second half. Argentina weren't that good, but somehow they found themselves 2 goals up, which is crazy when you think about it. But yeah, great to see so many people in, guys, especially on YouTube. If you're new, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Once you have the subscribe button hit, you can get your comments into the chat as well. I'd love to know what you think. Let me know. But hit that subscribe button and hit the like button on the video as well. Helps the channel out an awful lot. What have we got? 51 people in with 15 likes. So take a second, hit the thumbs up button for me. But it's a free and a good position now to Croatia. About maybe 10 yards outside the box, right on the corner of the box. So it's a good opportunity for Modric to get a ball in. And like I said, I mean, if Croatia can get a goal early doors here, it'll be interesting to see how Argentina react, because we've seen against Holland, when they did concede 1, after being 2 up, they kind of lost the plot a little bit. You know what I mean? But great opportunity here now for Croatia. And again, I mean, Argentina have a high line, like right up on the edge of the box. Modric, deep ball, too close to Martinez. Very close to him. It's not like Modric, but it was a poor free kick. And he goes long. DePaul, he's a good player, that DePaul. I like him. He's built like a fucking middleweight boxer as well. but again, Argentina give the ball away. Goes all the way back to Croatia's goalkeeper. And Croatia are definitely the more comfortable on the ball. And they're they seem to be the team that's keeping possession a lot better and more, comfortable. And they're forcing Argentina into mistakes as well. This 22nd World Cup is going to Buenos Aires, Argentina, says Andreas. Michael says he has that no-nonsense look about him. He does. He certainly does. He certainly does. Here's Messi now. Edge of the box. Oh, he's fouled. I mean, that ref is I could see it from here, and I'm not even in the country. Oh, another free there. No, but here's the Paul now. Argentina are on the edge of the box. Croatia are pinned back. Strike. Easy enough save for the goalkeeper. Right at him. McAllister's down holding his head on the edge of the box. He's going to be okay. He just got a shin in the back of the head as the Argentinians were clearing their line. Ben says, let's not talk about the refs. What, the one that gave you 2 penalties? I'm only joking. Don't bite. I'm only joking. But yeah. Croatia win a free here on the halfway line. But what do you reckon, Ben? And anybody else from anyone else from England in the chat, guys? What do you reckon? Do you keep Gareth Southgate or do you think he should go? Let me know what you think. Or you don't even have to be English. Anybody else in the chat, let me know. Does Southgate stay or should he go? And if he does go, who do you replace him with? That's what I'd like to know more than anything else. Let me know in the chat. Guinness says, Peno was very harsh. Oh, I don't know about that, man. Keeper just came out and cleaned him out of it. Ben says, I think he should go now. Okay. Alright, so Southgate to go. Who would you replace him with, Ben? That's probably the big question. Michael says, keep him. They'll win nothing if he stays. Yeah, I think here's my opinion. Obviously, as an outsider, looking in at England, I think Southgate has done an amazing job in rebuilding the reputation of England. Like, if you go back to where England were in 2016 under Roy Hodgson getting knocked out of the Euros by Iceland, to where they are now, I think it's a fantastic transformation. He's done really well in terms of getting the players and the camaraderie within the dressing room together. Like, if you think back on what Gary Neville used to say, that United used to sit here, Liverpool would sit over there, where now they all seem to be together. He's got them to a semi-final, a quarter-final and a final. But I think tactically he's probably not good enough. When he comes up against a better tactical manager any time in the World Cup, he seems to fall short. And yeah, I think that's probably why, if I was English, I would be saying Southgate to go as well. But I still think he's probably up there with one of the greatest managers you've had in terms of what he's done for your country. And the reputation that the English reputation has been basically rebuilt, Ben says, I don't know, to be honest. He did all he can for England, though. I believe we need next step now. Yeah. Do you know who I think he should get? Here's Croatia now, edge of the box. Oh, they're trying to walk it in. He could have had a strike himself. I think he should get Thomas Tuchel. I think he'd be a brilliant manager for you. Yeah, I mean, Thomas Tuchel as England manager, I don't see why not. He's a world-class manager. He's available, and it's hard to get real world-class premium managers at international level. I mean, you look at the majority of international managers, how has their career gone at club level? Majority of them not so good, you know. And you look at, you know, take Luis Enrique, for example, is probably the only manager. Well, maybe he's not the only manager. I don't know. I can't think of them all off the top of my head. But I think with Pochettino available, if you are going to change your manager, do it now and get him, you know. Michael says, if I'm English, I want Eddie Howe. And Eddie Howe would probably be a great option as well. I don't think Eddie Howe would take it at the moment, given the project that he's undertaken at Newcastle and how well they're doing, you know. Pochettino says party pooper. Another option there as well. I do certainly think England need a better tactician, though. Carragher says England need an English manager. That's such a lot of shit, really. I don't think that should be the case at all. You know, you look at say Ireland, the first time, never qualified for a World Cup before, and we had an Englishman take over, Jack Charlton. All of a sudden we qualified for, was it 4 tournaments in a row? No, sorry, 2 tournaments in the 88 Euros, 1990 World Cup. Then we qualified for the World Cup in 94 as well. So I don't buy into that whole, you know, the manager has to be from the country. Not necessarily. Croatia are running the show, says Alex. They are. They're absolutely running the show in the opening 9 or 10 minutes here. Argentina are defending quite well, you'd have to say. They really are defending quite well. I'd like to know what the possession stats are. Let's have a look at them here. If Croatia get a goal here, I can just see Argentina absolutely bottling it again. Let's see. Yeah, possession, nearly 65% possession to Croatia, which is crazy. And they're 2 goals down. But like I said, I think if Argentina concede, it's going to be a real tough last half an hour whenever they get the goal, I suppose. Because Croatia Argentina have 10 men behind the ball at all times. If Croatia had a striker, they would be sorted. Yeah, they're getting into areas, but they're just not able to, you know, that final ball or the final finish that's needed. And here's Argentina on the break again. Alvarez, who's inside him? Oh, there's a player inside him. Oh, here we go. Oh, good defending. But Argentina keep it. Here's Messi. Oh, a little jink and jive. And that's the trouble now when Croatia, they're looking for a goal. They're going to leave space in behind them. They do have numbers back here now, but Argentina keep the ball in around the edge of the box. Working it left to right. Poor cross into the box down. Croatia deal with it. Oh, he tries to be too clever there. Oh, he gets lucky and comes away with it. But Argentina get the ball back in the middle of the field. And you can understand what Croatia are trying to do because they need a goal. They need to come out and take these chances, you know, and be a bit adventurous. But they also have to be very wary that if a third goal goes in here, they're pretty much done and dusted. You know, so they have to find that right balance. They really do. Here's Argentina coming now. Messi. Oh, lovely bit of skill. Oh, back to Messi if he scores this. Oh, what a save. That would have been some goal. And a free out to Croatia. Oh, that would have been a lovely goal. Messi and Alvarez with a little 1-2. Oh, lovely little ball back from, I think it was Alvarez, and the angle is too tight and the keeper saves at the near post. Great play by Argentina there, and the first real attempt they've had in the second half here. Here's Croatia coming again now. Strike now and it's blocked. But Croatia keep possession. Here's Modric now. Gets it wide. Vlasic. Oh, cross into the box. Takes it down. He's smothered. But Croatia keep the ball. Again, Argentina just have numbers and numbers and numbers back. Perisic now cross into the box. Poor cross. But again, I mean, look, Argentina are just... Referee has stopped it here. I don't know what he stopped it for. Let's see. There's not many of them out there. Only Potter and Howe. Michael says, is what you're doing with it is what matters. Could have finished, says user. But yeah, we're closing in on 60-minute mark here. And Croatia have possession here. Come with Perisic now out on the left-hand side. Cross into the box is easily cleared. Messi's playing well, I have to say. Every time he gets on the ball, he has. I don't think he's given it away once. But Argentina give the ball away again, and but Croatia will be in no hurry here, you would have to say. Obviously, if they can get a goal in the next maybe 10 or 15 minutes, they'll have 10 or 15 minutes then to go and get the equaliser. Good game, says Keane. Yep, it is a good second half so far. First half an hour was a bit poor, but as soon as Argentina got the first goal, the game just burst into life. It really did. Again, Croatia, a lot of possession. Argentina just sitting in. It's weird because Croatia are having an awful lot of possession here, and Argentina, I think, are taking a bit of a chance because they're still leaving two up front, Alvarez and Messi, and a free to Croatia here now in a very good position, about 6 yards outside the box. Here he comes, Lisandro Martinez, for all of us United fans. He's going to come on. And Argentina looking to shut down this 2-goal lead, you would expect. But it's a straight swap, I think, is it? I think looks like they're going. Paredes is coming off. And Martinez is coming on. So which means that means they're probably going to go... Let me see. Paredes midfield. They're probably going to go 3 at the back here, I'd say. Yeah, they are. They're going to go 3 at the back. Martinez will go in with Romero and Otamendi. You'll have Tagliafico and Molina as wing backs, more defensive wing backs, I would say. You'll probably have either Messi or Alvarez drop into the middle with oh, good ball in, header, there it is. Oh, keeper comes out. Oh, it's bobbling around, and Argentina eventually clear their lines. Oh, the keeper was flapping at it. He was like a duck. Oh, they could have easily got a goal there. Kovacic has played really well with them advancing runs, but he ends up losing it in the end. Commentator's curse, and Argentina win back possession. What do you think of it so far, says Brian? Second half, after the half-hour mark, since then it's been a great game. Croatia need a goal, says Alex. Yeah, they do. Oh, nice little 1-2 there. And Argentina are in the final third here. Big switch. Can Messi keep it in? No, goes for a throw. What do you think of Martinez as a goalkeeper? Says Michael. Yeah, I mean, he has a mistake in him, I think. You know, is he a top level goalkeeper? I don't know. The jury is still out for me, but he's certainly not a bad goalkeeper. And Argentina, anytime they got on the ball now, are happy to slow things down. You know, draw some fouls, which they're just after doing. You know, and they'll be running the clock down before you know it and all of that. But yeah, why wouldn't you? I mean, 2 goals up. Chris says, you might say I'm mad, but I prefer Alvarez to Haaland. Well, I can see why. I love his work rate, his energy, his style of play is very good. Where Haaland is just a big, boom, into the net. So I know what you're saying. I can understand. He still gets shit off United fans after saving that penalty at Old Trafford. Absolutely. I mean, what a bit of skill out by Messi. Just drops the shoulder one way and he's gone the other way. It's just, now we've seen it hundreds of times over the last 15, 20 years, but it's just, it never gets old. You know what I mean? It never gets old. So 2-0 guys, 65 minutes, just rolling up on 65 minutes here. And Croatia, I mean, with all the possession they've had, they haven't really looked like challenging or putting Argentina on the back burner. Well, now here we go. But they're going to need something here. They really are. They're kind of getting to the final third and running out of ideas. Argentina are defending well, and now they're on the counter-attack. And they've got 3-on-2 if the fullback continues his run, which he has. Paredes, is it? No, he's gone off. Cross comes all the way to the back post, to the Paul. Croatia start to get numbers behind the ball now. Cross into the box. Messi with a header. No, it's cleared. Modric comes away with it. And he's fouled. Yeah, that does look like a foul. It looked like it was in Modric's back. Will they beat France, says Chris. Well, I tell you one thing, Chris. France have to get over a very tricky Morocco first. So they do. I think, as good of a team France are, that game is not going to be just an easy game. It really isn't. But if France do get over Morocco, France will be the favourites. You would have to say France would be the favourites. And it would be the first real test for Argentina. The Dutch weren't. I know the Dutch were, brought them all the way. But Argentina really made an arse of that game. They fucked up. They haven't really been tested tonight either. So, yeah. Who do you think we will get as a number 9 in January? Felix, says Chris. It's an interesting one, Chris. I mean, I don't know if we're going to get an out-and-out number 9. Felix is not an out-and-out number 9. Gakpo is not an out-and-out number 9. I don't know. I think we're going to get Gakpo. I think we'll get Gakpo. I don't think we'll get Felix. I don't think United will be willing to pay 100 million when Cody Gakpo is available. And I think it's going to be Gakpo and potentially a right back. We're going to need a right back. I think that obviously the number one priority is a striker. But I do think we need a right back as well. Absolutely. Mbappe versus Messi, says Michael. Yeah, Party Pooper says Mbappe will embarrass Morocco tomorrow. Unfortunately, hat-trick incoming. Now you say that, right? But who's going to be marking him? His teammate, Hakimi. So if there's anyone that could potentially know his game inside out from training and playing with him day in, day out, it's him. So, I don't know. Pierce says, heard the Jose Mourinho rumours. He is allowed to manage both club and country. Yeah, so for anyone who didn't hear, Jose Mourinho is being linked with the Portugal job. And the Portuguese FA are happy to allow him to continue on as Roma manager and double job it, basically. So, it's going to be interesting to see if he takes it or not. What's wrong with Delos, says Alex? He went off with what looked like a hamstring injury. Now, I haven't seen the severity of it. I haven't heard anything about it yet. But we're going to need another right back just for cover. Oh, what a bit of skill by Messi. Oh, it's 3-0. Lionel Messi is a fucking genius. Don't anybody tell me he is not the greatest player of all time. He is an absolute genius. He's just gone and put his team into the World Cup final without even scoring the goal. What an unbelievable player he is. And my God, we're going to miss him when he's gone. He's an absolute genius. Absolute magic. Absolute magic. You talk about close control. You talk about not allowing bigger players to push you off the ball. Just watch this. Ball comes to him. Lovely little flick past. And it's Gvardiol, who's not a bad player. Stops, goes again, stops. Oh, drops the shoulder and leaves Gvardiol for dirt right at the end line. Pulls it back. Alvarez is there for the tap in. It's 3-0. Argentina are going to the World Cup final. Messi is the greatest of all time. Don't even come at me. What a goal. What a fucking goal. What a goal. What a goal. What a goal. What are you saying in the chat here? Oh, what a goal, says Alex. Goal. Offside, says Pierce. It can't be offside if he didn't pass the ball forward, you numpty. Alex says, your man should have took him out. Second he got the ball. He should have took him out soon, yeah. World Cup made for Messi. Man's unreal, says Ben. Unbelievable. Michael says magic. Pierce says Messi 39, Ronaldo 41. They can play in the 2026 World Cup. Oh, what a goal. What a goal. What a goal. We're in the presence of a genius. You know, and look, and all of this debate, Ronaldo and Messi, just sit back and enjoy both of them while they're still playing. My God, that's just unbelievable. Absolute unreal. And like the overall take on this game, and I know there's 20 minutes left and anything can happen, you know. Croatia have been the better team. They've had more possession. They've got into the final third more, but Argentina have had more moments. And that's basically how the game has been broken down. You know, you could argue that Argentina haven't been the best team. But they're 3-0 up because of individual moments. They've created some chances and they've taken them. Whereas Croatia have got into the final third, created some half chances, not taking them. You know, and that's the difference. That's the difference. And you can't take it away from Argentina here. They've had 3 chances and they've scored 3 goals, you know, so, and they've got Lionel Messi, the greatest player in history. Perisic with a strike, easy save for Martinez. And it's been such a weird game because, I mean, Argentina have had a penalty and one moment of unbelievable luck and one moment of unbelievable genius, you know. And Tommy says Messi is overrated. Tommy, you need to go to Specsavers or start watching cricket or something after that third goal, because it's just an absolute joy to watch him. He's a genius. He's an absolute genius, as is Ronaldo, and they'll never ever be mentioned, you know, for however long the game is going to be played, for hundreds of years into the future. They will always be in the same sentence as each other, and rightly so. And people will have their opinions on who was better, and you know, and the debate will go on forever. It's Messi for me, and it's Messi for me for moments like that. You know, he's just an absolute genius. An absolute genius. And he's going to have to do it one more time in the World Cup final. Because if he's going to be coming up against, you would say France. Now, obviously, you know, could be Morocco. If it's France, he's going to have his work cut out for him. The one thing I would say about France is they don't have the greatest defence. You know. Party Pooper says, I think if Messi wins this World Cup, that debate is over. Well, it certainly will be another notch on his belt, you know. And you will have the Ronaldo fans, and that's okay. You will have the Ronaldo fans till the end of time that will say Ronaldo is better than Messi, even if Messi goes on to win the World Cup. And it's all just a matter of opinion. It really is. But I think a lot of people have said in the past that both Ronaldo and Messi are not up there with the greatest of all time because they haven't won a World Cup. And I think if Messi goes and gets this and wins this World Cup, I think the debate is over in relation to him being the greatest of all time. You know, because he'll have won everything. You know, basically, yeah, he will have won everything. You know, he won the Copa America, and he will have won the World Cup. So, I mean, I think the debate would be over. Chris is in. Let's go 3-0. Come on, Croatia. Michael says, one day we can tell the grandkids that we witnessed a genius called Lionel Messi. Absolutely. But just think about it though. When we look back in 10 years' time and we'll say, remember when Messi and Ronaldo were going head to head with each other and how great it was, you know, and we'll look back on it then and say, fuck, Jesus, I wish we had that now, you know. So whoever you're with, whoever you go with, if you prefer Messi or Ronaldo, just sit back and enjoy it. Sit back and enjoy it. I don't get why Messi has to win one more game to win the GOAT debate. He's done enough, says Raptor. Yeah, well, there you go. That's everyone's individual opinion, absolutely. GOAT for Croatia, says Alex. We have a member goal, says Chris. Yeah, just said I'd put it on the screen for anyone who wants to join. If anyone wants to get some extra content, grow the channel. The link is in the description, guys, if you want to get some extra content, which we're going to do this Thursday. So for any members in the chat already, we're going to be doing a live debate, start, sub, sell, and we're going to be doing it live on Thursday night. So Thursday night's live is for members only. So if any of the members are listening, Chris, Ben, anybody else, make sure you're around from 7:30 on Thursday night because we're doing the live debate. Party Pooper says, I think they are both amazing players and it's a shame that they are coming to an end of their careers. Yeah, well, look, I think we're going to get another year or two out with Messi. He's only 35. It depends where Ronaldo goes in the summer. If he goes to a Saudi Arabia or to an MLS, obviously you won't hear as much about him, you know, because with all due respect, the leagues are nowhere near at the same level as the European leagues. But if he stays in Europe and he's playing in the Champions League, if he gets a Champions League club, I'm sure we'll still hear the Ronaldos getting goals and all of that kind of stuff. So, yeah, it's you know, it's going to be interesting to see. Derpy says, sorry, I would be here for that debate, but I will be seeing Avatar. That's no problem. That's no problem. Yeah, so the one on Thursday, guys, it's just for official members only. If you want to join as an official member, click the link in the description. Couple of options there. Go check it out. Some extra content. I'm going to start doing more member only lives. Going to try and do one a week. Yeah, appreciate all the support. It's sad no one wants Ronaldo in Europe, says Chris. Yeah, look. I mean, I think if you're asking me where could he end up in Portugal, or sorry, in Europe, I think Portugal and Porto would probably be his best option. Now, let's see what kind of mentality he has. Does he want to go to Porto, where he started his career, sorry, not Porto, Sporting Lisbon. Jesus Christ, that was nearly a blunder. Does he want to finish his career playing in the Champions League with the club that he started his career with, or does he want to finish his career in Saudi Arabia getting 200 million a year? And that, depending on what decision he chooses, will tell a lot about what he actually really wants out at the end of his career. I would love to see him stay in Europe and play in the Champions League because we get to watch him. I'm glad he's not at Manchester United because, as anyone who's watching my content an awful lot knows, it's just too much of a risk now with the circus he brings, with the negativity that surrounds him at the moment. Give me Ronaldo at 24, 25 years of age, I would take all of that now. But it's not worth it at 37. So I hope he does get a Champions League club. But yeah. Jack was thinking free kick against Porto. Or was that? Or that... was it that... Did he score that goal from about 70 yards? Remember that really long one? Was that against Porto? Could be wrong. Michael says, I think if Messi wins it, he retires from international football. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. If Messi wins the World Cup, he'll be finished. Absolutely finished. Why would you stay on any further? You've won the Copa of America and you've won the World Cup. You've literally won everything you can with your country. If I was Lisandro Martinez, I would retire because I've won everything that I could possibly win. So why wouldn't you? I would be gone out the door, Considering how well Argentina has played overall today against Croatia, they may dominate France. Well, I think it's a hard one to explain because Croatia have had a lot of possession. They've been in Argentina's final third an awful lot. So Modric is going off here, and that's the end of his international career. Modric retires from international football. Not in the best of circumstances, but he'll go down as one of the greatest in history. You'd have to say he's definitely up there in the conversation. He really is. Great servant and a great player. But yeah, let's see. Jim Bob, you're right. It was Porto, 50-yard screamer. Yeah. Let's see. Chris says, when are we doing UCC FIFA watch along? Oh, jeez, what day I can fit it in, Chris? I might try and do one on. Friday night, but I'll see. I'll see if I can squeeze it in. Yeah, I might squeeze it in Friday. Third piece says, RIP, Modric, end of an era for Croatia. Yeah, absolutely. But, I mean, you have to hand it to Croatia. Like, take a country like them that has only existed for about 30 years. Argentina are in again. Oh, and it's wide. They've only existed, I think, since 91, I think. And a small country, not a massive country. And to do what they've been doing, World Cup final and semi-final consecutively, is just incredible. So, you know, you have to hold your hands up to Croatia and say, you know, well done. But it does feel like the end of an era. Modric retiring. They do have an ageing team. The likes of Lovren at centre back. Even Perisic is around the 30 mark. Now, he'll obviously stay on, but you would hope it doesn't spell the end for them. Great to see so many people in, guys. Like I said, if you're new to the channel, please do hit the follow button on TikTok, or if you're new to the YouTube channel, please do hit the subscribe button, or you can click on the bottom right of the screen. Helps out the channel an awful lot. We're closing in on 2,000 subscribers. We're doing all of the World Cup watch-alongs, and once that's over, then we're back to doing the Manchester United watch-alongs for the season. So if you do feel like it, if you think that's something you'd enjoy, hit the subscribe button. Helps the channel out an awful lot. I do appreciate it. Oh, great tackle by Martinez there. And it was an important interception, you'd have to say. That's the one thing I would say about Lisandro Martinez. He reads the game really well, in fairness to him. He really does. Look at that, 53% possession for Croatia, while Argentina 35%. And still winning 3-0. Yeah, we've said it a few times already that Croatia have had all of the ball, but haven't done an awful lot with it, you know. Gary Neville said that Argentina's penalty wasn't a penalty. It was a penalty. It was a penalty. Jim Bob says, how do you think Argentina will handle France or Morocco in the final? I tell you, they won't be. If it's France, they won't be favourites. Let me put it that way. But they certainly will. They certainly will. They certainly will believe in themselves that they can get a result. Oh, flick onto the back post, and Croatia should have nearly got a goal there. Perisic got the flick on, and who was it? Let's see, he's at the back post. Oh, throw your foot at it. He's trying to throw his head at it and then changes his mind and throws his foot at it. If he threw his foot at it first time, he would have reached it, or he would have sorted his feet out in time. English pundit's been biased. He's saying it's a penalty if it was England. And Derby says, oh yeah, we read that one already. Yep, we read that one already. So Argentina going to make 2 more changes here. And we're just running down the clock. It's going to be Argentina in a World Cup final, guys. It really is. And you can't say they don't deserve it. You really can't. They've taken their chances tonight. Leeds for the World Cup, says Dean. Leeds for relegation. I wouldn't be surprised if Argentina had a repeat of Netherlands against France in the final. And Michael says you wouldn't think Messi is 35. You wouldn't. You really wouldn't. But the thing about it is, you see Messi walking around the pitch an awful lot. And a lot of people, people who are not Messi fans would say, oh, he's lazy, he walks around the whole time and this and that and the other. But if you look at Messi walking around the pitch, just watch him. I'd say he has a pain in his neck every time he comes off the field, because he's constantly doing that. He's constantly looking around him, scanning. Where's the space? Where can I get into? And he knows where to be all the time, so he doesn't have to run around. And he just, all of a sudden then, we're in possession, bang, he's in the right spot. And we see what he done tonight. You know what I mean? So, runs more than Ronaldo though, says Michael. Jim Bob says there's a video of Pep describing all that, what he does. Yeah, me and Pep, 2 geniuses. We know what we're talking about. But yeah, I mean, it's unreal to see. You see him all the time doing it. His head is constantly on a swivel. And you would see an awful lot of defenders, especially centre-backs, doing it, checking their shoulders all the time. Check your shoulder all the time. But you'd rarely see Forward players doing it. Forward players tend to do it with their hands, you know. Didier Drogba, for example, holding lads off. Ball comes into him, doesn't have to look over his shoulder, just puts his arm out. And if he feels the touch, he's holding the lad off. Where obviously Messi being small, he's looking all the time, using it to his advantage. Right, let me just drift off of this lad, get in between these two defenders. You know. Hello, user. But yeah, we're rolling up on the end of the game, guys. 2 minutes of normal time to be played here. And then obviously whatever's added on. And the Argentinian supporters are in full voice. I'd say it's 80% of the stadium is Argentina fans. Oh, Meyer with a strike. Takes a deflection and an easy enough save for Martinez. Some support for Argentina. It absolutely is. In fairness to them. But yeah, I appreciate everybody who's in, guys. What have we got? 12,500 likes on TikTok, which is great. Let's try to get to 15,000 before the end. If we can. If you have a second, tap the screen a few times. Get them likes up. And if you're new to the channel on TikTok, hit the follow button as well. Daily Manchester United and World Cup content. All of the watch-alongs as well. And we've had great numbers on YouTube tonight as well, which is great to see. Nearly 6,500 people in total. So if you're new to the YouTube channel, I'd appreciate it if you hit the subscribe button as well. Like I said, all of the watch-alongs, daily content. So I really appreciate it. You going off? Right, okay. 3-0. You're not getting that €20 if they win.
I made a bet very start.
I'll give you the €20 if you come on the World Cup final stream with me.
I should have put money on it in the bookies.
You should have, but you're afraid of your life. You wanted to bet a fiver with me rather than 20 quid. Well, that's not a bet, like. You wouldn't notice a fiver if it fell out of your pocket.
I would. And you know I would.
Sorry, the wife has interrupted me again. I do apologise for the unprofessionalism. So, let's see what we have in terms of added on time here. And Croatia kind of know the writing is on the wall here. Players are just kind of going through the motions. 5 minutes of added time, and yeah, I suppose we've had a lot of substitutions really, haven't we? So 5 minutes of added time to go, guys. And I feel sorry for Croatia. I really do. They've played some good football. They just had no end product tonight, really. Didn't create an awful lot. Had a lot of possession, but no end product. Argentina had 3 chances and scored 3 goals, you know, and that's the difference. That's the difference. Martinez out to claim that cross, and he's played well tonight, Martinez, as well for Argentina, you'd have to say. He hasn't had a lot to do, but what he's had to do, he's done it well, you'd have to say. And the Argentinian bench is smiling and singing with the fans, and the manager is trying to hide a smile. They know they're going to be in a World Cup final in, what, 5 days? And you have to say they deserve it. They really do. Couple of hiccups throughout the tournament so far, and they've rode their luck a little bit, obviously with the penalty shootouts. But they've certainly been the better team here tonight. They really have. And Messi is just Messi. He's just an absolute genius. An absolute genius. Cross into the box. Back post goes for a corner to Croatia. Glad I was alive to see Messi play football, says Michael. Absolutely. Absolutely. There'll always be players, though. You know what I mean? And there will always be players around, you know, and maybe in you know, in 10 years' time, we'll have a new player that comes along that's better than Messi or better than Ronaldo. You don't know. You know. Maybe Mbappe or Haaland will be that player. Who knows? Who's winning tomorrow night, says Brian. I'm going to go with France for a win tomorrow night, but I'm going to go with a narrow win. Because obviously, Morocco have only conceded 1 goal in the whole tournament. And I think it was a penalty, was it? It wasn't even in play. So, yeah, I mean, I think France will do the job, though, I do. It won't be easy for them, though, so it won't. It really won't. Oh, it was an OG, Michael. You're right. You're right. Sorry, I knew it wasn't a proper goal that they conceded, but just over 90 seconds to go, guys. Argentina are going to be in the World Cup final. Who do you fancy for the World Cup? If France get past Morocco tomorrow, if there's not a major upset, I think France will win it again. I really do. It's 3-0 to Argentina. Yes, no, maybe. So, 3-0 to Argentina. Just over 60 seconds to go here. And it's been a good game. First half an hour was a bit poor, but as soon as the first goal went in for Argentina, the game burst into life, and it's been good ever since. It really has. And Messi is going to have one more chance to win the best prize there is, the World Cup. Martinez is too small to play in a World Cup final, says Michael. They said that about him playing in the Premier League, and he's been proving people wrong all season so far. But in fairness to Croatia, they still come here. You have to hold your hands up to them. They haven't stopped at all. They just lack that. They Lovren with a strike over the bar. They just lack that killer instinct. They really do. So we might have a world champion on Old Trafford when the Premier League resumes. Maybe so. And there it is, guys. Final whistle. Argentina are in the World Cup final. And Messi gets another go at the pie. And Modric ends his international career in heartbreak. But you would have to say the better team did win tonight. They really did. And they've both been... they've both teams can hold their head up high, you would have to say. Obviously, Argentina are in the final, but Croatia as well, you know, played really well, played their hearts out, but just played to their level, basically. Didn't have that end product, didn't have the final killer ball, and it's come home to roost, really, hasn't it? It has. But yeah. So yeah, guys, look, it's been a great stream. I really appreciate everybody who's been on. It's been great. Like I said, if you're new to the channel, please do hit the subscribe button. Helps the channel out an awful lot. I really do appreciate it. If you're new to the YouTube channel, hit the subscribe button. If you're new to TikTok, do hit the follow button. We're on the road to 21,000 followers on TikTok, and we're on the road to 2,000 subscribers on YouTube as well. So it really does help the channel out an awful lot. We're going to be doing the World Cup watch-alongs. And we're going to be doing, obviously, the Manchester United watch-alongs as well once the season starts back. Actually, a week from tomorrow, we have our first Manchester United watch-along, competitive watch-along. Burnley come to Old Trafford in the Carabao Cup, so we're going to be doing that. I'm really looking forward to that. Ben is off. I'll see you again, Ben. Thanks for joining us. And as well, guys, to any of the members, before you do go, do keep in mind we've got a members-only video on Thursday night in our series of Start, Sub, Sell, where we take 3 players. Which one would you start? Which one would you sub? Which one would you sell? So if you want to become a member of the YouTube channel, the link is in the description. You get all of that extra content that's available there. Go check it out if it's something you'd like to do. Please do. But more than anything else, just hit the subscribe button, because that's what helps out the channel more than anything else. And I do appreciate it. We're going to be back, obviously, for the match tomorrow, guys. It's obviously it's a big one. France and Morocco. And yeah, I mean, let's see what happens in that one. I think France are going to have their work cut out for them. I do think in the end they're going to have too much for the likes of Morocco. But we've said that when they've played Spain and when they've played Portugal, and they've come out on top. So this is going to be... is there another big upset in this Moroccan team? We'll find out tomorrow night. We're going to be live again, guys, from 6:45, both on YouTube and on TikTok. So like I said, if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button on YouTube, hit the follow button on TikTok, and turn on the bell notification as well, by the way, on both platforms, because once we do go live, then you'll get a little notification that we're live, and you'll be able to join in straight away, get involved in the chat and the conversations. But it's been a great stream, especially on YouTube. Biggest numbers we've had in a long time, 6,500 viewers, which is absolutely phenomenal. So I really do appreciate it. Do hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. You're all legends. See you tomorrow night. Argentina are in the World Cup final. Take care.